well, the less working time you'll have with it. So you might even just smear it out flat and get it kind of work to your surface. Be kind of accurate and decide if you want to not cover your edges or if you'd want to cover your edges. You can always clean your edges off if you get a little over that. So. If you have a belly, all knives almost always have a curve to them. Always leave that curve down, the center of that curve, because you don't want the edges of your knife scraping into your actual job. So. Yeah, so go ahead and just try to get a flat, somewhat flat, and I don't care. I know you have little knives and there'll be some texture, but that's good. So just try to smooth that out, and then we're going to spray it too. So, and start adding just a little bit of accents. The slower you trowel, the more material you'll bring with you. So remember, the speed that you pull the trowel and how smooth you pull it has everything to do with how much material you leave and how smooth the coating is. How is everyone over here? We are going live here from London in the United Kingdom, so thank you for watching us today. I don't know if we have anybody that's awake yet. What time is it back home? Not even sure. This is home for a lot of you guys probably as you're watching, so thank you for tuning in. Ask any questions. This is for you guys. 3:30 in the morning. So not a lot of people at home awake. Oh shoot, that's nice and early. A little more product here. This is our wall epoxy. It's a non-sag epoxy. So chemically cured. You can put this in wet areas like showers. Just a decorative wall if you want. You know, like I always say, guys, a lot of people want to do this just for a decorative wall, and that is cool, and you can practice like that. But then everybody always then in turn asks how much they can make doing this, you know, how much they charge, and that's kind of a perfect example of the perception of value. And I just say, like, if you do a 100 square foot wall right there, that's about the same square footage of a nice shower. And you'd have to say, how many people can I walk in their house and charge $5,000 to do that? How many people spend $5,000 to redo their shower surrounds every single day? And they have to because they have a water leak, a valve out, something major. So if you come in and even charge $2,500 to do that wall, you still have a very high perception of value. You're fixing a major problem to them. You're saving them money on something. If I was going to say, I'm just going to go target walls at a home show or something or an expo and show that I can do decorative walls, you're probably not going to get a ton of work that's high end because there's a limited amount of people that can pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $7,000 just to do a wall like that. If you can do that same product in a shower, it's a major difference all of a sudden. So just think that. So how much? Really practice how smooth you pull that trowel. Who did? 2:39. That's early in the morning. Or late at night, depending on what your perspective on that is. This is the first layer, Sam.
It doesn't kind of self-level.
Nope, this does not self-level, and you wouldn't want it. We have the other products for self-level.
Yeah, of course.
This is specifically when you don't want something to level. Now, if you had a little warmer of a room in here, this would work easier, but you'd have a little less working time. But the coldness in here is keeping it a little thicker to work, but you can work it like that forever. So. Oh, you spray bathtubs. That's pretty cool, man. Well, you're good at prep then. That is one thing. All the guys that know spraying bathtubs that do that, they're usually really good at prep. So, and we see a lot of them come to our classes and learn how to do the wall epoxy. So.
I want to know what time it is here.
What time is it here? It is like, what is it?
9:40.
9:41 in the morning. 9:41 in London. Your guys' downtown here is pretty impressive. Reminds me of Washington, D.C., but even older and bigger. Thanks for being here, y'all. Thanks for being on our live. Thank you for all the love. Remember, guys, I'm not showing my titties unless we get 10,000 likes on a live. Nobody here wants to see them, so if you want me to traumatize everyone, guys, you get me 10,000 likes here today. That would China, like officially as a country, would probably ban me from ever having a channel again. Yes. The next G7 summit would have something about it.
Someone said, oh boy, I'm going to get tapping.
Get to tapping.
Taking euros.
Euros too. Oh, yes. Now I think I'm going to scrape it, create a wood grain effect, spray it heavy. They're not going to be able to do this. Huh? I do. I do. Look at what I got last night. Or yesterday. We make that work.
Yeah. Look at that. Innovation.
My messiness. I'm going to do something kind of fun for me, and a lot of people like to watch it. It's pretty simple, but it's a cool technique for like a unique wood grain. Obviously, these aren't wood colors, so it's not going to match an exact wood grain, but I'll show you something kind of unique I can do. It's fun that you could do real easily if you wanted to. Just have to be kind of clean and prepped before I start it, because you kind of need a clean knife. Huh?
Do you know if you have any of those large gloves? I thought we got 2 gloves.
Well, we did get 2. I don't know where the other box is. It might have gotten used. I don't know where there may, if anybody knows where the other box of gloves may be. We did have 2 of the boxes of larges, and we used up the first one. Yeah, and we should have one more box of the black rubber gloves, and I'll go get more at lunchtime. Don't you worry, I'll shop at lunch every day. All right. So, do we have the gold in the charcoal? Oh, you're right up here. Right up here. What's that?
It's so weird that we're getting them like the Americans.
I know, Americans. How many Americans do we have on here from the USA?
It's like all.
That's, you guys are supposed to be sleeping. Well, that doesn't break easily. Never mind. All my ideas went out the window with that.
Virginia, Georgia. In the night shift.
Well, thank you for being here on our live. There we go.
California, New Mexico.
All right, so this is kind of dumb, but I'm going to take this little comb. I usually take scissors and cut notches in a black putty knife. Take I used to get asked, I did a lot of decorative concrete where I'd make it look like wood grains, and I didn't do it like this at all. I'd use suction and a trowel and tape it off. But I started playing around with this, and you could do some kind of fun stuff to make it look similar to wood.
I want to know more about this chocolate epoxy.
Chocolate epoxy. It's actually copper, and it's a metallic mica powder mixed in with the epoxy into it. I'm going to start spraying our colors into it here in a second. I try to make quite a few passes, otherwise it just looks really half-ass. So. Sorry. Try to get that powder off the bottom. I might have to actually go add powder to these. Yes, I used to do a lot of shake weight commercials. Yeah, I'm gonna actually go get these, and I'm gonna get some charcoal, and yeah, we'll grab the charcoal and the funnel and another thing of alcohol. This is kind of trash at what I'm doing, but it works, so. my chintzy way to add powder if I don't have a funnel. Oh, thank you, thank you. Kind of like it concentrated so I like to cut the straws a little shorter too in that sprayer, so I really can have quite a bit of product on the bottom there. As you see, it looks perfect actually. That's like,
Amazing design.
it's done. Make sure not to touch that one. Don't touch that one. It's too perfect. I'll give you a free t-shirt. So you have really pretty boogers, as my little girl says. My little girl filled powder for us sometimes. My littlest daughter, I didn't know she was doing it by herself because her big brother and sister left her in a room with 100,000 pounds of powder or whatever it looked like. And she came out and it was charcoal powder and she was covered from her head to her toe. I was like, that's not even healthy. I don't know what you're doing. She's like, I dropped the bag and it just kind of poofed. And that was like 20 pounds of poof right up past you. It was pretty cute though. I felt terrible, but it was really cute. We never torch wall epoxy either, just something I was just thinking that's always a common question. For the live audience, I don't know what you guys are watching. We're pouring gold. We're filling this up from Omar Gaddafi. So I think he had a fascination with gold. I keep wanting to go see what cool custom choppers there are over there. I want to hear arguments like you have on, what is that, a chopper show in the U.S. where it's always the dad and son yelling at each other for no reason. You guys are too polite to do that here, huh? Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy, I'm going to lunch. I think you guys are more polite. The actual like British people and people that live in the UK seem like every time it's like some of the most polite people I've actually ran across. Okay, now that I have the proper powder. Sorry, that was a little misadventure. Oh, I switched the heads right there. Do you see how that worked?
Oh, wow.
Gold came out. It's okay. I was going to spray them both anyways, so we're good. We are good. One thing, I will spray a lot of charcoal and stuff like that often, just so I can have like darker shadowing, some extra color. It'll darken an existing color. You can mix a lot of the colors. And I'm not worried about it getting on to anything else because whatever, this is alcohol, so you should be able to just wipe the powder off. Apologize for that noise. I know this is a table, but it's all we had. I didn't have a shower surround. I'm trying to leave it pretty wet right now. I don't want this to dry yet before I add my next color, and then now, this isn't going to be as exciting as if we had a black base or something really like contrasting, but it'll still be pretty cool, I think. That belly down, so I'm not digging in. And remember, you don't have to get like everything perfect in one pass. Take your time, make a few passes at it, get everything smooth. And think more that you're like just working it slowly, very light. I'd rather make 5 passes and get it finally right than make one really heavy pass and realize I have to go all the way back to square one, retrial, start everything fresh. But I think with even just these 3 colors, we're going to get a pretty cool looking wood color here coming out of here. So, wood green. Just remember, any base color you pick, any top color you pick, this will work on.
How do you deal with like areas where there's some coming off?
Some coming off.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to just actually, where it's like down to nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, do it a little thicker. Usually you might have a base layer down of that as well first. I wouldn't worry about that too much though.
Could you apply the same process again just to that area?
No, you'd want to fix the whole thing up. I mean, right now I see though, that's color you're seeing through. You're not really seeing the base, so I wouldn't be personally afraid to even spray it in a little bit more there. And now all I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to clean up around mine. But if you guys want, if anybody wants to start out with the trowels, if anybody wants to do this, I don't know if you want to. Does anybody want to? And I'm going to start cleaning up my edges. I just want them nice and smooth, so whatever I do next can break over that edge perfectly. Big pile of mess. And like you guys can do any pattern you want to. It doesn't have to be the scraped pattern or anything. So I was just trying to give you guys one idea. So, but go to your piece and do whatever pattern and with whatever colors that we have that you want. So same 2 colors, any pattern. anything you, just like my dad told me, you can have any car you want when you get old enough to drive. You just got to buy it yourself. Oh, I will. I'll come around with a cleaner. It's harder to do a table than a shower surround. I don't want a ton on that edge because I want to actually pour white marble on this later. It's interesting. I don't know that it's my favorite thing I've ever done. I like mine with charcoal more. Make it look a little more natural, you know? I think that does look better, don't you? Hides a lot of the... Sorry. I told you guys to start and then I took all your stuff. I'm washing my colors off the tops with clear. So don't be afraid of a lot of alcohol when you're doing this. Maybe we'll spray that. What? We're doing wall epoxy here, guys. So this is our wall epoxy by countertopepoxy.com, and you're watching a live right now of ours, and we are showing how to apply the non-sag product. It's the same as like a shower. You could do this to a shower wall or whatever you want to. In the States, we do them in Grand Junction, Colorado every month, and then we do them in Florida. We have some coming up in Texas, I believe, and a few other places. But come to the Grand Junction one for now, and it's a very inclusive masterclass. This is Countertop Epoxy, and this is our wall epoxy, actually, that we sell here. Wanted to add a little bit to this one. You don't have to finish it until you think it's really done, guys. Does anybody need another large trowel?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Yes. Watch out walking down here. It's like really messy. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in today to our London class. Too bad you guys weren't all here. It's actually a much more amazing class than even expected. And I expected it to be good. So. Yes, sir. Yeah, have at that. Yeah. Best people in the world over here. Politest. I don't think I'd write home to my mom about this, but it turned out.
I like the contrast. White. Oh, I know.
It does turn out. It did turn out. Make that happen. Bet I could. Bet we can make that happen. Which direction is the house from here that we're doing? North or south? 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 30 minutes south?
I would say it's about 40 minutes.
48?
40,
Okay.
50, kind of by train.
Oh, by train. How far in a car?
By car, probably an hour. So
Oh.
this morning was a bit of traffic, so I had a bit more than, but I would say not more than an hour.
Okay. No, that's good.
It depends on, like,
It'll be worth. That's where we'll do class tomorrow. That's fine.
yeah, peak time is like there already.
Do you have any countertops you want poured?
I do have,
Do you have a countertop you want us to pour? Do
it's like the ones I showed you, I poured already, but they pour.
you have a bathtub you want poured?
No, not bathtub.
No
I can do a
bathtub?
shower. I can do a shower now. It's
Oh, a shower surround, yeah.
I have a shower.
We have a tub stuff for tubs. We have a tub kit, so I'll probably give it to somebody after class. Say what, sir?
The difference in colours, the dark and the white.
Yes, sir?
So to get different effects, your base colour, if it's darker, if it's lighter on top, and you put ridges in it, you're going to get something, I guess.
It'll always contrast with whatever that base. So a lot of times I do like black because the black colors really pop out. Yeah, now the other thing, you could leave this to dry just like this with all your sprays on top, and then you can take and sand it and it'll cut it in half and it'll look kind of like a geode. You'll have layers of where your sprays are. So you don't have to trowel it and swipe it. You can wait and get more even crisper by sanding it. That's good. As long as you guys are playing and have fun and actually feel like you have an understanding of how to use that, that's the only goal, guys.
It's quite shallow, but I didn't have too much of a build on there.
You know, you might be pretty thin on a job in places too, though, as long as it's smooth and you have a perfect finish. Like that's flames or something. Now that's cool. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you guys come and join us on one of our remote workshops here in London or Italy coming up or South Africa or Grand Junction, Colorado, Texas, Florida, your mom's house, anywhere you want to be. I love you all. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon.